Hello everyone, this is my immigrant diary. Do you know that the annual limit for US H1B visas is 65,000 new visas per year? However, there are some exceptions to the limit. An additional 20,000 visas are available for foreign professionals who have a master's degree or higher from a US institution.
Thanks for I would say, wisdom of the day. On my side, I've never really paid attention to that, but I think a lot of our viewers that either studying or looking to work in the US, this is definitely something you're going to be interested in. So last year, after the election, there was a very, very controversial debate about the H1B visa on X. In the US, we say MAGA for people who support Donald Trump. And so people in that world were really going at it. Some people wanted to remove it. Some people wanted to make it better. But we are going to take a look at one particular tweet that Elon Musk responded to try to get a feel about what people are going through. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So this person apparently is a data person. If you go to his bio, he's an investor. So my guess is it's from the wealthy part of the United States. So he goes into the database of USDOR. I don't know what DOR means, but my guess is that's the responsible agency for the H1B visa. So he gets a lot of information about the data, but there are two of the tweets that I want to highlight out that we could talk about. Now, one of them is this first one here, where he says, to start with, this program is massively popular with employers. The program has a statutory limit of 85,000 visas per year, but employers routinely receive approval for more than 800,000 applications per year. 800,000. I didn't wait. For me, I'm like, wait, we are getting 800,000 people moving to the US every year. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
No, but that's not the way it is. The application is different from the approval. So that's like 10x. Like 10x, that's all it is of the application. So 10% of the application. So what happens to 90%?
Actually, if you go back to the beginning of his tweet, if you look at this second part, he said, before I start, one note, all charts in this thread are for applications that were certified, in other words, approved for entry into the H1B visa lottery. I filtered out applications the government rejected. So I think you are right. I'm not sure why he put those two numbers there. Maybe he just elaborated on how broken it is. So for me, the first thing, when I first saw that part of the tweet, I thought he was talking about that's how many were approved, but it's actually, no, that's the application. So it's
because HB1 is a lottery process, so it's wild, but it's a lottery process. I know I mentioned in one of our old videos about someone I met who talked about experience just waiting to be able to get into the lottery system and how difficult and how challenging and emotionally depressing it was. So I'm aware.
And also one of the videos, I think the couple that spent like 18 years trying to from graduating, trying to get the citizenship process, it took 18 years. That's baby from 0 years old to an adult human being before you can
get a great US citizenship. That's wild, man. But so interesting, let's see what else was in this tweet.
Yeah, so the other part of the tweet where he highlighted, which for me threw me for a loop, is this part here where it says, contrary to what I expected, the average salary for an H1B visa is relatively low and slightly under 120K.
That's not real. Like 120K is low. I don't know.
That hasn't been my experience.
Like, what's the average household income in America?
If I just Googled search, average household income is 80,000. That's the whole household.
It's a household, father, mother, maybe they have to
average is 80,000. And he is saying that 120,000 is low. I'm not sure where his perception is, where he thinks that 120 is low. My best guess is he grew up in a wealthy neighborhood. So for someone like that, it feels like maybe 500,000 is the least for me to start from. Maybe. So, but
whose income? So average income 80K, two people's income. That's one person is 40,000, right? Split it two ways. Yeah. So if that's the average household income, how is it 120K? How is that low? But the other thing is what's the requirement for the HB1 visa lottery entry? Because that's another thing. That's another information for another day. But that is not low in America.
Yeah, as far as my experience is concerned, I'm not even like an H1B person. I'm a green card resident here. And for me, it's not something that you can just find like that. Definitely, there are people that earn that, but they are maybe 0.0001% of earners. That's my guess, but I definitely is not common here. But the interesting part about this tweet is what Elon Musk proposed, which is, as you know, Elon Musk is a part of the current government, is taking an active role. So that's why I want to show you. At least we can have an idea what the kind of changes that they can propose. So one thing is said is that it is easily fixed by raising the minimum salary significantly and adding a year cost for maintaining the H1B, making it materially more expensive to hire from overseas than domestically. I've been very clear that the program is broken and needs major reform. So Elon Musk definitely agrees with that. I'm not sure how much he's also aware of what the median household income is or the average household income is in the United States, but that is something that they're working on. But a better, I would say, alternative that we want to let you know is that Trump is also talking about something that is actually much better for the schools. I think you've heard about that, Precious.
Yes, I'm aware he's proposing that if you school in the US, you should get a green card. I mean, I didn't say Trump said it.
I do promise, but I happen to agree. That's why I promise. Otherwise, I wouldn't promise. Let me just tell you that it's so sad when we lose people from Harvard, MIT, from the greatest schools and lesser schools that are phenomenal schools also. And what I wanted to do, and I would have done this, but then we had to solve the COVID problem because that came in and, sort of dominated for a little while, as you perhaps know. But what I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country. And you know more stories than I do, but I know of stories where people graduated from a top college or from a college and they desperately wanted to stay here. They had a plan for a company, a concept, and they can't. They go back to India, they go back to China, they do the same basic company in those places, and they become multi-billionaires employing thousands and thousands of people, and it could have been done here.
Well, it's amazing that will solve all of this, Wale, because just imagine the headaches people go through. Just imagine the 800 people waiting to get into the lottery. Wale, mind you, to get approved, but to get into the lottery,
Exactly.
So it is wild, but Trump's proposal will change everything if they pursue it.
There are definitely many ways that the United States can go about it. For me, I've always had an opinion that I think the Canadian and the European immigration systems are pretty good. Of course, they also deal with asylum seekers and probably with those who they will call undocumented. Definitely, I think that they are much better. So with European, you can apply directly to get your, you call blue card over there. So you getting a green card. As long as you are a professional that is qualified to meet set criteria. They also have like minimum income that you have to earn in Germany, for example. So you meet all those criteria, the company hires you, you just send in your document, and it's a pretty straightforward process. You are not tied to a company, which a lot of people can abuse if you're an H1B visa because it's tied to a particular company here. So I think, yes, that would be a fantastic solution for a lot of people, but it can also definitely be improved too, because the whole idea is that America wants to be able to compete with the rest of the world. And if the rest of the world has an immigration process that makes it a lot fairer for people who are qualified to move to this country, then America is definitely going to lag behind. So that's something I definitely think is going to be beneficial for everyone.
I think I agree with what you've said because it's in line with what Trump proposed, and hopefully it pursues it and makes life better for everyone and makes life easy rather for everyone who's trying to move and settle, especially for those who are also students. Because do you know, it's the fact that 20,000 visas are available for people who schooled here in the US who have come in to get a master's degree or something higher. What that means is, it's important the kind of course you study, right? I think it's very important. Even from the data from this guy, it showed that a lot of the jobs are in the STEM environment. And Wale, what is STEM in this case?
Science, technology, engineering, and maths. in the US right now, there's a huge demand for people who have skills related to IT, whether it's software engineers, database analytics people, the skills that you, Precious, are also familiar with. Those are in high demand, and definitely the engineering aspect, which has, for example, aeronautics is a huge demand. There's a race going on in the world.
Absolutely.
All these fields are in huge demand. Nurses are needed, doctors are needed.
Science, which are under science.
Exactly. So there's a huge demand. So this is something that if you're looking for something that you want to study, that will quickly get you in the door to be able to get approved for, if it's H1B visa, or in the case where you can automatically get a green card, that's something that we'll encourage you to definitely apply for.
Yeah, that was our recommendation, given what we've seen living in America, that STEM will position you even much better. Nevertheless, other courses, accounting, other administrative courses or the like are not bad. But if you want to get ahead, STEM is actually the way to go.
Yes. And this naturally leads into a faster process for citizenship. And
That's good.
so if you're looking to quickly get into being American, living the American dream, this is something that we are hoping is going to come with the new administration.
Hopefully.
And just one more thing before I forget, we're actually recording this on Inauguration Day. So
hey, congrats to the new president. We want to say we hope that the new administration have an excellent time. God bless America.
Yes, God bless America. For now, that's all I have from my side. How about you, Precious?
And that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and please like, subscribe, and continue to share our content. Have a good one.
Yes, have a good one. Thank you.
All right, bye then.